Milton Acorn was one of the great characters of not just Canadian literature, but of Canadian culture.
Probably the most important poetic voice to come out of Prince Edward Island.
What he showed on the outside was probably just, this reflection of this chaos that was inside that he would somehow put into a poem that could say so much.
He made poetry public, radical, in-your-face, poetry to be a force for social change. But he also was one of those Canadian writers and poets who was bringing his region to life.
Being an islander, you know who he is, you know what he did for Prince Edward Island.
I don't remember a time in my life when lines of his poetry weren't part of my memory, part of my lens for seeing Prince Edward Island.
In some ways, he's like the poetic L.M. Montgomery.
Milton was right there with Irving Layton, with Leonard Cohen, and then with the young Margaret Atwood and others saying, hey, wow, this is the island. This is the Maritimes. This is Canada. We have so much to offer each other and offer the world.
It was communicating Prince Edward Island to the world in a way that was different, that showed some of the unseen parts of the island.
He was bringing this place to life in modern, contemporary language. It was, of course, well steeped in all the great writing of English literary history.
Well, my experience of Milton Acorn's talking at all was mostly shouting on the telephone, so I don't know what he would say to emerging writers.
If Milton Acorn were here today, he would probably tell emerging writers here in this room, just write. Isn't that what we all say to writers? It's just write. Keep writing and writing and writing until you get better.
He would also say, just go, do you love the island? What part of the island is yours? What wood trail and through what woods, what beach, and just write a poem about that.
And don't just write about frivolous things. Write about things that are important, about politics, about what's right and wrong, justice. Make sure that you can get your message out there and tell it to the world, because it's worth hearing.
For Milton, it would be keep making a revolution, keep making this world a better place for humans, and make sure that your writing fights against all the horrible things that people are doing to other people and to our planet.
He cast a long shadow, and we should all be trying to write poetry like he did.